Victorian dairy farm is bucking a lot of trends.
Come on!
Melanie and her husband Paul have recently joined an industry that's shrunk by 20% in just 5 years. And while nationally milk production is falling, it isn't at this dairy.
Despite significantly increased input costs, and I can't stress enough significantly increased input costs, I think overall we're set for a good year.
The national commodity forecaster ABARES says dairy farm incomes are up 35% this season as prices near record highs. But in the coming year, the costs of production are set to grow.
To think back 5 years ago to now for an equivalent kind of dairy ration, we're probably looking at an increase of perhaps 100%.
That's because grain prices are also sitting at record highs. This patch of canola is a small part of 3.4 million hectares of crops being grown by farmers across the country as they try to take advantage of a global shortage of oilseeds.
The price of canola was so high, I wanted to have a go at it.
Grain and oilseed prices have been pushed to record highs because of the war in Ukraine, and it's done the same thing to fuel and fertiliser.
For example, last year I paid on average $7.50 for urea for the farm, and I thought that was very dear. This year it's currently averaging at about $1,300.
ABARES figures show farmers produced a record-breaking $81 billion worth of produce this season. And high grain prices are the main reason that number is expected to stay above $80 billion in the next 12 months. On the livestock side of things, the near-weekly records we saw broken at sale yards like this one are likely to be less frequent, although prices will remain strong.
Look at 35 below, 35 down there, go, hurry, cow!
I think the long-range forecasts for that are pretty good, saying that the American markets are taking a fair bit more lamb. On the cattle sides of things, we've definitely seen an increase, unlike anyone thought was going to happen.
Across the bush, a run of good seasons has seen farmers invest more in their businesses, from building new cattle and sheep yards to constructing wool sheds and buying new equipment.
The last time that happened, I would have imagined, and I wasn't alive, but would have been the wool boom in the 60s. So this is effectively the same scenario.
In towns like Hamilton, where agriculture makes up well over half of the economy, there are many signs that investment is flowing past the farm gate.
If you talk to any car dealer, machinery dealer, they'll tell you they've been having great seasons too.
While nationally, farms continue to struggle to find workers, newcomers have found long-term jobs in this town.
We've seen new sporting teams starting up, particularly in the younger sector. We're seeing a lot more smaller businesses start up as well.
When farmers have money, regional areas flourish. When farmers don't have money, you'll see people disappear.
Farmers enjoying the good times while they last.